conversation. Where do we go from here now? Should we go to the trends? Is that where we're going to?
Oh, yeah, the front pages of the social media, as we say.
Okay, let's get started from there.
Quite a number. By the way, we got a deluge of responses, comments from people who had that rescheduled UTME experience. We'll be giving you some of them. But let's begin with, first, the meeting of President Bola Tinubu with Pope Leo the 14th after the inauguration mass in Rome. So just to show you the handshake they had, the conversation. I doubt if it was in English. Maybe it was. I definitely don't think
I'm sure it's in English. The Pope speaks English.
It was in English. Fantastic. Yeah. I couldn't hear the audio, but it's good to see the conversation that they had. And yeah.
Me, I'm just looking at the suits. That's all I look at. That's all I'm interested in. It's been a while I saw the president in suit. The last time I saw him in suit was when he was trying to be president. They now call him City Boy that time. So now the City Boy reinvented. Okay.
I think it's also interesting to see what happened afterwards. Or is it before or after?
It happened before, I think.
It was before, right?
No, I can't. It should be after.
It happened during.
We don't know. Anyway, the meeting between the president, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, that's Peter Obi in 2023, as well as Kayode Fayemi, the former governor of Ekiti State. So these three of them just chatting. I see the president's son there behind just watching three of them. Yeah. So one thing this picture says is that don't kill yourself for politicians. Just straight up, you know. They're almost very sure that at least two people will contest against themselves in the next election. And they are going to be giving themselves what Nigerians call basbos. Don't die in their fights, okay? They are the ones that have a dog in the fight. Yours is to look for who best represents your interest. But I heard Bayo Nanuga was explaining what happened there, that the Peter Obi and Mr. Fayemi were welcoming the president to thanking him for coming to their church because they are Catholics. And then the president said, well, I should be the one welcoming you because I lead the Nigerian delegation. And Peter Obi said, yeah, you're the leader of the Nigerian delegation. But this was quite cool to see all of them, you know, camaraderie, just having fun and chatting away.
The Minister of State for Foreign Affairs is
she's looking there. From far away there.
Bianca Odumegu-Ojukwu. So it's good to see. This is, of course, as usual, caused a lot of debate back and forth online. I just feel we should keep our energies for important things. They met, they had a handshake, they smiled, I had a conversation, whatever it is. Let's put our, all of the talk around, he has recognized the president, he hasn't recognized the president. This one, back and forth.
What does that even mean? He's the president of Nigeria.
Exactly.
We are critical of the president. That doesn't mean if I see the president, I'm not going to, first, he's older than me, old enough to be my father. I'm going to respect him and greet him, but if I sit one-on-one with him, I'm going to do my job. It's as simple as that.
I think there should actually be, when we talk about regulation of social media, this is what I want us to do. Let us take a look at people's input and the output they get. What kind of productivity are you getting off your time on social media? And so all of the regulation around clamping down, no, that's not what I want. I want everybody to be able to see that I spent 1 hour on social media and this is the productivity that came out of it. So that way, everybody's able to now watch how they handle what they say and how they use their time, because you just realize a lot of people burn energy, both opposition and the ruling party, just banter that really does not move Nigeria forward. But anyway, that's just my thinking.
Well, we have only one president as we speak. His name is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's as simple as it is.
It's what it is.
Till 2027. Okay, let's go to the next one.
But we'll criticize the areas that
of course. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We are very critical of him when he's not doing well. Of course, we're going to be, that's our job. We're the fourth estate of the realm. It's our responsibility. I think this has to do with, yes, on Wike, the FCT minister had granted an interview, I think, to the BBC. And his remarks say he will stay in the PDP and work for Tinubu for 2027. It's one of the, I don't even know how to interpret it. What do they call that thing in, is it figure of speech now? Professor Killer will help us explain that one later. But anyway, that's the beauty, or the, will I use the word beauty? So let me refrain. That's the funny thing about politics. So Nyesom Wike is a member of the PDP working under the APC. So sometimes I think it's quite difficult for him to know where and what to do with his direction in terms of leverage and all of that. So he's saying that, look, as far as 2027 is concerned, he's not contesting. He's going to work for the president, because they asked him, what if the South, the PDP produces a Southern president in that sense. So it's a very tricky question for him. But anyway, let's take the reaction of the people. This is coming from Otumba with plenty title. I love him for being real. I love real people. Well, PDP now has a responsibility to know what to do with him.
One thing is sure, this opens up a whole new vista of practice of politics. Because I'm not sure this is something the world has ever witnessed before. You know, someone who's a card-carrying member of one party actively supporting a president of another party. Take a look at Chukwuemeka's statement saying whatever he has on PDP must be very damning. That's all there is to this. Not surprised, though. It started from the roots to the top of it. So maybe there's going to be a new textbook talking about the Wike brand of politics. Really, because it looks like he's thriving in this one leg in one, the other leg in the other
Let's
party.
call it what it is. What years on Wike and people who practice this kind of politics is reckless, is irresponsible when it comes to politics in the way it should be practiced. And that is based on the fact that we do not have ideologies. You understand? It's as simple. There's no beautiful way to analyze it.
What I tell you is that that's the ideology. The ideology is whichever works for you.
He led 5 governors against his own party, and he had his good reasons for that at the end of the day. And so I appreciate the person who said he liked him for being real. I must give it to him. He's not mincing words to tell you what he will do.
Right.
You, as a party now decide what you do with him, and people who are practicing his brand of politics.
Take a look at what Governor Umoyeno also said, because this is someone a lot of people are also watching to see, is he moving to the APC, is he staying? But what he said recently is different from that. Now, he was quite angry with his commissioners, and he told them that you'll lose your job if you abandon me at events yet again. Take a listen to Governor Umoyeno.
For the governor to go on an appointment if nobody else follows him. My commissioners, special advisors are members of my first 11. And I do not announce where I will go. It is mandatory for my commissioners to ensure that they take me either back to the office or to the lodge. And if I stop by anywhere, there can be issues that will be raised. So the commissioner in charge of that will attend to me. A situation where we go to a place, I leave the place, commissioners take off to what I don't know. This is a full-time job, 24/7. And so if any commissioner is busy doing their thing, they are not yet ready to be commissioners. I was commissioner myself. I had never left my governor behind. Today is the last day I make this statement, and I'm doing it publicly. Anytime I leave an event, I stop by anywhere, let the commissioner pray that I don't look for that commissioner. If I look for that commissioner, the commissioner is not there, the commissioner will lose his or her job right there and then. This has to stop. We are running a government, and the fact that I'm simple doesn't mean that I'm an appointed governor. I'm an elected governor.
Oh, some things are playing out deeper than what.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on, but I know he has like 27 commissioners, a couple of special advisors, and there's another name he gave to some people who are commissioners and supervising. So the entire team, then maybe tens of them. I really don't know what played out here. I don't know the premise. Perhaps my understanding of what he's saying is to the effect that if he goes to somewhere and maybe does an unscheduled visit to a place, and let's say environment is the issue, yeah, he doesn't know everything in that ministry. He wants to be able to turn around and say, ask questions for the commissioner for environment. But the flags that he got in this sense is that why would your commissioners be following you everywhere? Especially, you can just, you know, if you have ever been with a convoy of a governor, sometimes you don't know where they're going. I've been there covering a governor before. You don't know where they're going. We just find ourselves somewhere, perhaps for security reasons. So if these commissioners are doing their jobs, say Commissioner for Works is going to supervise work, how would he now do the work properly, supervising the work, and still be following you to wherever you're going to? So it's a very tricky. So he got both commendation because he's a very humble man and all of that, but he also got flags to say cost of governance. So you know how many cars will be following him, how many events he has to go for. So when will the commissioners have the time to do the work you have given them to do? But he's the governor, and perhaps he knows deeper layers of what he's trying to say. But I think there should be a bit of balance. There was a commissioner that attended an event yesterday in Oron somewhere, and he was telling the person that invited him that, yes, I obtained permission from the governor. Don't be worried. I will not be fired.
Again, this probably points to something deeper. He said, I'm not an appointed governor. So are they undermining his leadership? Is there something else at play here? Well, the coming days will definitely unfold.
He's one of those governors that are in the line of years on Wike.
Right.
I will be in PDP.
But I will support
the president.
Well, let's give you this emotional moment between Davido and his manager, Asasika, during his wedding. And Davido teared up. And, well, look at that, guys.
I know how much orphans we are now overcome as a Tinubu. 14 years, people come against us. Yes, sir. They didn't want us to be the biggest, but guess what? We are the biggest.
So that was beautiful to see. He teared up. He didn't even mind. And you can understand the emotion. Says, this man has managed me for 14 years. And I can imagine all the highs and lows they have gone through together. So I think the lesson here is always stick to your people and always be that kind of person they can trust. I think that's the lesson.
I like Davido for his humanity, his humility. I keep saying that one of the reasons I respect him, not just because of his music, he has enough reason not to do what he's doing. He's what you may call a trust fund. His father is wealthy enough to take care of him, even if he doesn't work for a day. But he hustles and works like this. This is the whole thing about him, so I respect that. And he talks about the fact that his father, his wife, I think his uncle is a governor, and his manager, it were nobodies that believed in him. Anybody believed, those people believed in him, knocking on his door for about 1 hour, ensuring come and record, because a lot of people felt that you're already wealthy. Normally music is a grass to grace story. Why are you coming to inconvenience us with your billions? But people believed in him, and Ashan was one of those that believed in him. And so you can see the reason why I had to say, look, thank you for what you've done for me. And, well, good luck. Guys.
And there you have it. Look at some of the trending issues. Not to worry, we'll take some of your comments, particularly on the UTME that's been rescheduled. Lots of issues here and there. We'll get to that during the course of the program. But there is this nagging issue of insecurity. And you saw the states listed on the front page this morning. Borno is a hot spot yet again. But there are other states being affected. What exactly is going on? It's almost like we've come full circle to pre-2015. That is where we're starting off from today on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.